What is up, everybody? Welcome. I am here at the E-Stars Lounge at the 2019 World Series of Poker. I am live with someone you guys will recognize. He just receives all of the complaints and all of the... You can look at this face. This is a face that has been dealing with BS all summer. Jack Effel, Vice President of the World Series of Poker. Now, I put on here this very complicated, maybe a Reuben name, but this is really Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeremy from Casino Aruba?
The Casino Aruba at Hilton.
The Casino Aruba at Hilton. Very fancy. So we're here to talk to you guys a little bit about, we've got a super exciting event coming up. This is going to be the first time going to Aruba with a World Series of Poker circuit event. I think everybody can get down on like a circuit event in a destination where there's more things to do than just play poker. I'm not going to say that I really need to go, but like I wouldn't mind popping on a little bikini, going to the beach before you play poker, having a little pina colada, you know what I'm saying? So let's first of all, Jack, talk to us a little bit about this partnership.
So it was interesting. Yeah, I was actually on vacation down in Aruba.
Sick brag.
Yes, I mean, and you know, we were over at the Hilton, my wife and I, and actually Dennis Jones and his wife. You know Dennis, who is here, my colleague and partner here during the World Series of Poker, who carries a very large load in the operations and does an amazing job. But we were actually enjoying a few days after last year's crazy World Series of Poker, and you know, we were actually staying at the Hyatt in Aruba.
Boom.
And you know, which we didn't know that this Hilton kind of existed, and we wandered down the beach and everything, and we had been there for a couple of days, and you know, we heard that most of the poker action was over at the Hilton, and so we decided to go over there and see what was going on.
You heard that's where all the hot chicks were. Let's get serious.
Well, we had our wives, and we don't do that kind of stuff, and
obviously.
So we went over there and to check things out and to see what the poker action looked like, and we couldn't believe, first of all, that it's an amazing property. Come to find out that it's ran very well. After being there for a few hours and playing in the room and just kind of having the experiences of meeting everyone and being there, we actually had been told that the general manager wanted to meet us, Mark Charlie. And
two first names,
Mark
always
Charlie.
A good sign.
Yes, and he's Jamaican too, which is very interesting. Brilliant, smart, beautiful man. He's really kind and just amazing. And so, you know, after a very nice conversation, he was very excited about bringing a big event to the Hilton. And after getting a chance to walk the property and hear about kind of how they do things there, it just really made a lot of sense to work on trying to bring the WSOP there. And you know, they had done a big event there, you know, many years ago, and we all know that there was a big event there about I guess it's about 15 years ago that Freddie Deeb won many years ago. And you know, if no one has ever been to Aruba and experienced, you know, the beautiful weather, the great food,
the white sand,
the weather, the beach, and I'm told that, you know, there's no hurricanes. The weather's pretty much always the same year round. You know, my wife and I had an amazing experience while we were there. It was really a great time. And so, you know, poker and trying to find, you know, a destination, you know, it was just really a match made for WSOP. And you know, we just kind of just continued to have some conversations and made it a reality. And I can tell you that it's going to be an amazing event. Like I mentioned, the property is immaculate. The food there is great. Did I mention the weather and the beach and all the other stuff that you can do there? You know, you can rent jet skis. You can go and, you know, do all of the what is that, parasailing and all the other stuff from the
all
sky.
The fancy water stuff.
All the fancy water stuff.
Get in a kayak and make your husband do all the work.
You can do
but just
all
do
of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know. my wife's very mad at me because we went out on the jet ski and stuff while we were there. But no, we had a really good time while we were there. And, listen, I think poker players need to be able to go and enjoy themselves. They need to have a great poker experience and a great life experience, right? I think that's what it's all about, right? And I know that being able to go and create a nice vacation, especially in November, I mean, come on, I think that's a great time of year to kind of wind down right before the holidays, go enjoy some sun right before you actually pack on some pounds with turkey and every other thing else that's going to
Still got
happen
that summer
during,
body
like,
going.
Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and all the other stuff that's going to happen over the holidays. I think it's a great time, and I know it's going to be a fantastic event. A lot of people have already started talking about it. The schedule's going to be great. Dennis Jones and his crew are going to go down there and run the event, so you'll see a lot of familiar faces working with Mark Charlie's team. Look, I think this is going to be one not to miss.
Well, I think it's interesting because when I talk to players about what are the events that they love, what are their favorite events that they go back to year and year again, Barcelona is one of the events that stands out, and I think it's really almost always because people can go to the beach, they can take their days off, have nice restaurants. So Jaromir, let's talk a little bit about, I always say that I hate Barcelona, actually. It's like my least favorite event because I get to see that it's so beautiful and I see what an amazing, awesome, fun life it could be, but I never actually get to experience it because I have to go to work at the butt crack of dawn. But from what I hear, you guys are specifically designing the schedules and start times so that players are actually able to enjoy and participate and take advantage of the facilities.
Yeah. Like you're saying, we're really that you can. We're selling it as you can come play poker at night, in the afternoon, going to the evenings. But in the day, you can come spend time with your family, go to the beach, the sand, the jet skis that Jack talked about. We have it all, the water sports, and that's really what we want to create an overall experience that really gives them time and the opportunity to do that. And it really, with a brand as WSOP, it's been amazing working together with them. It's just first an experience that we're all enjoying, and I really hope it's going to be a great event.
And Jeremy, I think it's real easy to get to Aruba. I had no idea that Aruba is kind of like the island that everybody on the East Coast is like, hey, we're going to get
pop
away
over
for the weekend and pop over kind of thing. So I'm learning that there are a lot of places around the country where you can just kind of get to Aruba quickly. I know that New Orleans is one. I know that Miami is one.
Correct.
New York is one. Charlotte is one. So there are many places on the East Coast that you can kind of get to Aruba. And
even if you're on the West Coast, just make a pit stop like Atlanta, wherever. You can make a pit stop and get there.
You can get there, yeah. Trust me, the weather is going to be nice in November. Did I talk about the weather? The weather is great year-round.
We need to talk, though, too, about the dates. Now, just to catch everybody up who's just joining us, Martin, we're talking about the World Series of Poker Circuit event, which is coming up in Aruba, at the Casino Aruba, which... new partnership, really exciting. And actually, Jack, one of the things I would say is that I love the circuit events because it attracts a lot of players that I think are, how do I say this? It's a great price range. I think that the circuit events, they attract really great quality players and mid-stakes players who a lot of the times, I don't know how to say it without being rude, but don't get to see some of the more exotic, fancy, locales and destinations. Like Biloxi, it's great. I'm not trying to talk trash, but I think to give these mid-stakes players the opportunity to have the trip of a lifetime, the vacation of a lifetime, is something really special. But let's talk then about what are the stakes we're looking at. What does the tournament schedule look like? Is it in my bankroll? That's what I really need to know.
I mean, listen, the World Series of Poker Circuit is all about the grassroots. It's all about, building a new group of players and creating opportunities for new people to experience the World Series of Poker for the first time. I mean, that was the the concept when the World Series of Poker was thought about nearly 15 years ago, and was to take the World Series of Poker outside of Las Vegas and introduce it to as many people as possible. And throughout the years, we've managed to do that through distribution, through our domestic properties, through our affiliates, through our non-affiliates, and of course internationally through many great partners, and now obviously with in Aruba, and so being able to go there, the buy-ins start as low as 400 USD. So
I might be able to scrap that together.
Yeah, for $400. I mean, and of course, the main event. I believe we have the main event in $1,000 price range.
1,700.
Yeah, 1,700. So 1,700 main event buy-in, just like the domestic circuit, which many people that play on the circuit know that from a affordability standpoint, not everybody has 10,000 to come play the main event in Las Vegas.
I'm telling you, who are these people?
But a lot of people can. 8965 played this year in Las Vegas. But a lot of people love to come play the circuit. The circuit is great. It's not only great value, but it's a great experience. And don't forget, two people from Aruba will also be crowned the casino champion and the main event champion, who will get seats into the Global Casino Championship and then be able to
and immediately become famous and rich.
Well,
and
they'll be able to
the
come
world.
and play for a WSOP bracelet at Cherokee in next year in 2020, right after WSOP next year.
Wow, for $1,000 potentially. And what does it mean to be the casino champion? Do they get to just wander around the casino and let people know that they're the champion?
Well, I mean, the casino champion obviously is the person that doesn't win the main event but performs the best outside of all the other events that are held that are the official ring events.
Wait, is that something you do at all the circuits?
We do that at all the circuits, Sarah.
What? I didn't know that.
Yes. So there's always two, automatic berths into the Global Casino Championship at every stop.
So even if you bust the main, you can still have a goal.
You can still have a goal.
That could be even better.
That's exactly right.
If there was a crown or a sash or something. Jeremy, talk to me a little bit about, so I've never been to Aruba.
Okay.
It's my husband. I know hearts are breaking out there. I'm sorry, guys. But it's his very favorite place to go and be. I, for one, unfortunately have never got to go there. But I'm waiting for the invitation. But talk to me a little bit about what makes Aruba special or different or unique. What does Aruba have that, say, the Bahamas has, except for that nobody wants to go to the Bahamas again because we're sick of it and it's expensive and terrible?
Yeah, really what I can say about Aruba is the weather, like we said already, is always constant. The beaches, a few of our beaches are rated as the best beaches in the world. If you Google it, Aruba will pop up. So I would say if you can play poker and then in the morning get to the best beach, it's called Eagle Beach. It's one of them. It's just white sand, and you can come with your family, have a margarita on the beach, and that's really what I would say is what you should go for. And you're really invited this November, 14th of November this year, until the 24th. You can play the event, and you can relax and really enjoy it.
14th to the 24th.
Yes.
And of course, enjoy all the hospitality that our gracious hosts have to offer.
Which I was going to ask, do you guys have, sort of a concierge program, etc., where let's just say you got a group of guys together that wanted to do a fishing trip, or you got a group of people together that wanted to go see the sites, whatever the sites might be on Aruba. They can help set that up?
Yes, we can help set that up. Really, we're doing, we want to cater it to what the demand is. So if you want to golf, we have a golf course and we can arrange it. We really want to create that experience with the...
Is the weather nice enough to play golf there?
Yeah,
I just
it
want
is.
to make sure,
Our goal is to really tailor it towards the demand, and we already started setting up for the golf, and like I mentioned, we have contacts at various of the tours and the off-roading and sail tour and beach and the hiking. So we can really set it up, and
there's fishing too.
There's
you know.
fishing too.
I didn't
of
have a
course.
great experience fishing because I get a little seasick.
Me
but
too.
but the fishing there is like no other as well. You can catch some really big fish there in Aruba.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I
fishing
know-
as well.
Maybe at the poker table too. It's possible.
Yeah, okay. We were teeing that up like way too good. We teed that up way too easily. And T, look at us, like all these puns were so hysterical. But listen,
I will try to see what I can do. Maybe we can make it happen. You never
That was
know.
bad. That was
We're-
bad. That was bad.
we're sorry, guys. We won't do it anymore. But there's another partnership which is relatively, I don't know, new. Maybe, I don't know, something for the next at least 3 years. I think PokerNews is going to be doing the live reporting from the World Series of Poker Circuit events. So you guys will have your coverage. Your families at home can be watching. You can be sick bragging to everybody, keeping track of everything going on. So I definitely suggest you get down there. There's going to be more little tidbits coming out, more little trickles as we get closer and closer to the event. But you guys will want to check it out and keep your cursors with us here on PokerNews.com, of course, as we release more and more news and find out maybe how you can get there. Special discounts or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, well, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm AuntyChardonnay. Oh, what, Jack?
I got one last thing. Just so, because I have been told that the demand for getting rooms at the Hilton is high,
Yes.
and so they've, the bookings have already kind of continued to fill up. So people that want to go to Aruba, we kind of encourage
You need the
them
early
to-
bird special.
Yeah, we kind of
Yeah.
are encouraging those
We're,
guys to get in now.
Make their arrangements, especially the
yes.
flights arrangement, the hotel.
Yes.
So what you can do, you can find us on Twitter at WSOP Aruba, and on Instagram and Facebook at the Casino Aruba. You can send us a message, and then we can arrange the early bird rates at the Hilton, or even if you want to stay at the Barcelo or some other properties that we have close to where the event's going to be happening. We can also, if you have groups or if you want to get special discounts and rates, yeah.
And the dates again are the November 14th to the 24th.
Yes.
It's going to be cold in the U.S. I'm going to tell you guys that.
It's gonna
So
be
people
warm
are
in
going to be
Aruba.
wanting to go. Even non-poker people are going to Aruba too. So we got to book those early bird spots. All right. Anything else? Anyone else?
That's it.
We did it. We nailed it.
We
Yes.
nailed it.
All right. Perfect. We'll see you guys in Aruba.
Yeah. Thank you very
Can't
much.
wait, but not on the fishing boats.